everybody, James Akers here, the tie guy. Today we're going to be tying a really cool textured Zegna tie. And it is, of course you know I love Zegna because I named my dog after Zegna. But it is a purple tie and it's got a lot of texture. It's not a real soft silk. It has embroidery throughout and it's got diagonal stripes, and the stripes have kind of a really light purple and a black pattern in them. So we're pairing that today with a shirt that's kind of a purplish blue, and it should pull some of the color out of this. And we're going with an Eton shirt that has these really cool buttons, so if the tie gets moved to the side, it's going to really pop out and everything else. But like this tie a lot, it's a very unusual tie because the bottom of the tie is a different color than the top. You'll see the striping stops right about here, and it just gives kind of a little effect whenever you're wearing your tie, and the back of the tie kind of comes from behind, you know, when the wind blows or whatever. It almost looks like you got two different ties on. It's just kind of cool. Zegna, of course, makes a great product as far as a review goes. The silk lays very nice. There's no starchy, there's no rigid, it's just solid Italian material. This is not a super wide tie width-wise, and it's not very thick this way. It's a medium thickness. It's thicker than a Ferragamo, but it's thinner than most of my Zegna ties, and especially than like an Isaïe or a Kiton or something like that. So we're going to tie this up, see how it comes together here. Let's find our spot. Put it around the neck. Because this is a medium thick tie, we're probably going to be about this much slack, right in this range. Normally with a tie with this thickness you would go a little longer, but because this isn't real wide, as the tie goes up it tapers a lot, so it's going to require less silk to create that full Windsor knot that we're looking for. So let's tie this up. We're going to come in close, take the long part of the tie, we come over top, then we come underneath, up and through. Then we'll come around behind, up, over, and through. Now one thing you notice in all my videos is I always keep my fingers on this knot to keep it tight. That's the key to tying a perfect triangle Windsor knot, is if you keep everything nice and tight. They start getting sloppy if you let it get sloppy during tying it, it's going to be sloppy at the end. So keep everything nice and tight. And this is my checkpoint. I want this to start resembling a triangle because this is building the basis that this tie is going to come around. When I bring this around here, this is what's creating my triangle. So now I'm going to come out. And we'll come out with the bottom of the tie, or the long part of the tie, over top the front, back in behind, up and through. See how cool this different color looks now? Now we're going to come down through this little pocket we just created. Hold the top of the pocket, pull the tie down and through. Now we're going to tidy everything up here, hold the knot, and pull on the long part of the tie to tighten the knot. And watch how small this triangle is going to get as we do that. And look how perfect the triangle comes together. I mean, it's absolutely perfect triangle. That's what I like to see. If your triangle ain't perfect, you ain't doing it right. So let's bring it up. To bring the tie up, we hold the knot and pull on the shorter part of the tie. Bring it up to our neck. And we want a nice tight knot. And let's check our length. We want the tip of the tie, this part, to come somewhere between the top and the bottom of the belt buckle. Guys, if the tip of your tie is above your belt buckle, it is too short. It can be a little bit long, that's okay, but not like crazy long, like way down here. You know, we want it to be right there in the middle. And it looks like we've got that just about perfect. And you hear Zegna back in the background. She's like, "You're tying my tie, Dad. I got to talk about it," you know? So now we're going to bring this color down, and let's see how this whole outfit comes together. Okay, we want to make sure we don't have much of a gap here, so we're going to tidy this up. Make sure that knot's nice and tight. Ooh, that's pretty. Okay, now we're going to tuck the back into keeper or the strap back here on the back, and we're going to put this whole thing together. The look is going to start scrolling across the bottom of the screen there, but I'm going to go through it with you right now. Today we're wearing a charcoal gray Hermes Zegna suit. And yes, you heard Zegna barking in the background. If you didn't know, Zegna is not only a clothing manufacturer, she is a beautiful German Shepherd, and she's my girlfriend. So anyway, we got a charcoal gray Hermes Zegna suit. We have on an Eton shirt. It's kind of a bluish purple. We're wearing a purple Hermes Zegna tie with a lot of texture and layers in a diagonal stripe pattern. Today we're pairing that with a black Hermes belt with a gold Hermes belt buckle. I like this belt because it has some white stitching. It just causes a little bit of color pop. And today we're wearing a pair of Oxfords by Christian Louboutin. If you check out my Instagram, Tie Guy James Akers, you'll see close-ups of the belt and shoes together, close-ups of the knot, close-ups of the tie so you can see those layers and those textures, and a few selfies of me, and sometimes I do some silly poses because I'm just kind of like that. Check out my Instagram though, Tie Guy James Akers. If you like my videos, please click subscribe and subscribe and like. I am ready for work.